Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, we'll get started. I am honored to welcome you to the graduation of Class 2 of Leadership, Northwest Oklahoma. This is really an outstanding class. You've been a lot of fun to work with. At times challenging, but always a lot of fun. And we appreciate that very much. We have a number of people with us tonight that I wanted to introduce. Many of the people will be introduced later in the program, so I will not duplicate that. But we do have some folks from Class 1 who wanted to share this special occasion with you. We have Matt Adair. Matt, would you please stand? Cody Erickson. Kelly Parker. Now, Kelly has been busy today setting up the tables and doing all of these things. The person who was in charge of this program tonight is Ashley Ferguson from Class 1. And she called me about 30 minutes ago and said she had to rush her grandfather to the hospital. And she was all concerned about what we were going to do. And I said, we'll take care of this. So Ashley may or may not join us tonight. We're really pleased to have these folks representing Class 1 here, and we had some other folks. Who else, Kelly? Yolanda. And
Yolanda helped. Alex Mance helped.
Alex Mance helped. Okay.
Dr. Brown helped also.
Dr. Brown helped also. And he was the original chairman of the group when this thing first started way back. Several years ago. Mayor, where are you? When was that?
Strategic planning?
When was it that we started the program first planning for something like this?
06, I think.
06. So it took a while to get everything done, but now we have it. We also have with us from the newspaper Jim Stout. Jim, we're really pleased that you're here. And we have one person who's a member of your supervisory board who's also here, Margaret Barton. Certainly wanted to introduce her. I'd get in a lot of trouble if I didn't do that. Next we have with us also is Pastor Rex Shores from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And he is going to lead us in prayer before we eat. So, Reverend Shores.
We bow our heads. Join me in prayer. Father in heaven, thank you for these dedicated servants of our community who have committed themselves to furthering and developing their skills to lead this community in providing a safe place, a prosperous place, and a friendly social place where souls can grow up and live and find a place to enjoy life and to be a part of something special. And I ask that you would bless those that have completed this course as they seek to utilize the information, the knowledge that they have gained. We ask your hand of blessing upon them as they seek to make this a better place. May you bless them. May they feel your guidance, give them wisdom, strength, energy, enthusiasm, as they seek to make the place where they work, where they live, where they socialize, to be a better place for all. We ask it in the name of your Son. Amen.
I'm honored to be called upon this evening, Dr. Barton. And this is a part of the Our Alive strategic planning session that we started in 2006 with the purpose of looking at our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities, and our threats, which we refer to as SWOT. But this year has been especially good to us. Wouldn't you agree? The economic development picture is looking very, very good. And it's bringing some changes changes that will strengthen our position as the regional center for economic development, not the least of which is our new 5,000-foot jet-capable runway, which was opened on Valentine's Day. We have the prison chapel, which is largely complete. We have the Graceful Arts Studio, and the continuing growth of Northwestern as the premier university in the Northwest Quadrant. We have improvements throughout the system which continue to place us among the playmakers, not just in Northwestern Oklahoma, but actually in the state. Now that Sandridge Energy has chosen Alva as its Northwest District headquarters, and Chesapeake is using 3D seismograph to pinpoint deposits even under the city of Alva, and there's a good possibility that horizontal drilling will find deposits right under where we're sitting right now. But don't worry, it's at a depth of 2,000 to 5,000 feet, I believe. Other businesses will choose to relocate here also. Horizon Well Services, Basic Energy, and we're trying to wine and dine at least one other business to come to our industrial site, at which there are only 26 acres left to give away. I'd like to retain some of that for a recycling center. And perhaps someday we will reach that goal. Now, you know, Henry Ford said that you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. And critics of economic development overlook the fact that things don't just happen. And every meeting, every conference, every contact that we make may not reap results. But just like the farmer who sows in spite of drought, hope prevails. Gene Kerr said, now think about this, hope is the feeling that you have that the feeling that you have isn't permanent. I'll repeat that. Hope is the feeling that you have that the feeling that you have isn't permanent. Now the foresight of our previous leaders, and Dr. Barton and others in the room are a part of that, is an example to other communities. And it is the responsibility of leadership to identify the needs of the community and recognize that everyone's ideas are important, and though may be labeled insane, may prove to be inspired. Listening is the most important part of leadership. So be a good listener. And that helps you make decisions based on your own and the experience of others. And our contemporaries have discovered that those ignorant of history are bound to repeat it. We must continue to act locally but think globally, and our ABARD project is a prime example of that. It is poised to propel us into the future with economic development opportunities that were unheard of only a few short years ago. Now, for much of my life, some have blamed individuals for the lack of opportunity in Alva. And it was often said, what Alva needs are a few more funerals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those services have been held. And as a result of that, the responsibility for future growth is placed squarely on our shoulders. We must take that responsibility, and it must be one of foresight, not hindsight. We're now embarking on new projects, including, but not limited to, sidewalks around the square. And a citizens group has been formed, thanks to the big event sponsored by Northwestern, to renovate Hatfield Park. We've discovered only recently that some of our toys are hazardous. That's the bad news. The good news is some of those toys can be made safe with very, very minor changes in their basic structure. So, no, we won't be getting rid of the merry-go-round. Many people are fearful of change. Al Gore said that fear displaces reason, reason challenges faith, that faith overcomes fear. So our faith in God will conquer our fear, and change will lead us into the future. Unfortunately, even with the elimination of Osama bin Laden, changes in the terrorist activity worldwide may not be permanent. So we must be constantly vigilant as new leaders emerge. I hope that our own investments of capital and time, and by surrounding ourselves with people more competent than ourselves, will serve as an example of how teamwork can make this region a better place and serve as an inspiration to those who follow. Unlike some talk show hosts, we must work to unite, not divide. Alva is alive. Alva is on the way. Alva has a bright future, and the whole region will benefit from your efforts. So don't be discouraged. Help is on the way, and you are part of that movement. Thank you for your devotion to this project, and the future of this community will be richly rewarded because of your time. Thank you.